Hello, my name is Nick Merrihew. I'm a teaching artist with Chicago Arts Partnerships in Education, and this is a video that is a follow-up to the last two that I've made for the students at Waters Elementary School in the Dark Star Orchestra, focusing on creating and interpreting graphic scores. I'm here today with Lia Kohl, cellist and performance artist. We're still modeling social distancing. We live together, so it's chill. And we just made this graphic score that you see over there. We just made this this afternoon, and we've made a couple decisions about it. We're gonna have it last for 1 minute. That was the duration decision that we made. And we've got a few instruments in front of us. We've got a whisk, we've got a spoon, we've got a ladle, we've got some colored pencils. These are actually the colored pencils that we used to make the score. We've got this mug, and we've got a can of beans. These are all things we just found around our house. So I'm gonna set a timer here for 1 minute, and then we're gonna perform this score. This is the first time we've done it, and then we're gonna talk a little bit together about some of the decisions that we made, what the different colors mean, what the different shapes meant, etc. So hope you enjoy. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Great. Okay, Leah, what were some of the decisions you made? And you can use my cursor here to point to the image on here. What were some of the things that stuck out to you?
Okay, I really like the sound that the pencils make when you put it between your fingers like this. So I was using that to make these different sounds because I also thought that the lines kind of looked like pencils. And then I just went right through the middle of the score. I didn't interpret anything down here or anything up here. I just thought this was kind of an interesting area. So I made that decision right at the beginning. So I interpreted these sounds, and then I used this line to interpret volume. So I used the whisk and the spoon to make louder and softer sounds when I was doing this. This looks like a sudden sound to me because it's up and down.
I think we did that sound at the same time,
Did
actually.
you?
Yeah.
And also these look like sudden sound, this square and this square here. So when I came to those, I threw the pencils on the table, which was fun. I also think we did something similar here with these little dot sounds. I was going like that on the table.
Yeah,
which was fun.
and I was doing.
Yeah, we made that sound together. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was a nice moment.
Totally.
What about you? What did you do?
Well, I started with this pink line at the bottom here, and I was dragging my mug in that shape. I used a lot of these lines to kind of determine the movement of how I was working with the instruments, as opposed to really thinking about the sound explicitly, but like letting the lines kind of shape the movement. I did this circle up here. I just kind of slammed the can of beans because this looks to me about the size of a can of beans.
Yeah.
And then again with the pink line, I used the pink lines to kind of direct my movement.
Oh, that's interesting.
I grabbed the metal spoon here and did a couple like click clacks. And then these guys here, I did these for a long time at the end, and this was just kind of like a steady rhythm for me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we already talked about this middle one, but these green lines I kind of just interpreted as like steady rhythm. So I think at the end I was on the paper that I have in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like in groups of 5, like how we drew them, until the end when I think you and I both kind of like dot 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 until
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, that really looks like a good ending.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else about this score? Any feelings or think questions that you would pose to anyone watching the video?
Well, I think we used a lot of really interesting colors here, and I don't think either of us used that as a parameter for looking at what the score could be. But I think you could look at this and decide to just interpret yellow or interpret each color as a specific sound or object. You and I really focused on shape, but I think color could be another way that we could interpret it.
Totally. And for y'all in the Dark Star Orchestra, when you're making your own scores, thinking about different colors, different shapes, different lines, whether they communicate a movement or a volume or a timbre or whatever, I think that's a really good point. I think that's a really, really good point. Okay. If you have questions, please post them in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be checking the comments frequently. And again, if you can, please upload or send your graphic scores to Mr. Bradford, or if you're not in the Dark Star Orchestra, try and put some stuff in the comments. It would be great to have like a little community performing each other's pieces during this quarantine. So if you have other questions, throw them in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.